Hi all, how we doing? This is Taylor from Tay Time with this week's recap of The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 10. I almost said 11 there, and then I was like, no, wait, that's next week. Well, actually a few days from now. I forget the episode title, but it will appear in this next thing, so let's begin. I'm gonna break this down into two parts. I'm gonna call it the Rick part and the... Doesn't matter whether I say Daryl or Carol, because it's the same thing. Okay, so the Rick part. They are in the land of the junkyard, the scavengers, the heapsters, as Pollyanna McIntosh, who plays Jadis, the leader, was saying on The Talking Dead. She's a really funny person. Basically, Rick, Aaron, Tara, Rosita, Michonne are in the junkyard, and like all this stuff is happening, and like basically Rick is like, these saviors, blah 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 blah, and then they find out Gabriel, and then Gabriel basically convinces Jadis, hey, you can't kill my friends because Rick is right. So then they're like, well, Rick, let's go up to the up, which is like the top of this pile, and like they knock him down, and Michonne can see him through a porthole, as can Rosita, Tara, Aaron, and Gabriel, and he has to fight Winslow, only the greatest walker in a long time, and like he stabs his hand, he like gets his leg swollen, all this stuff. He ends up defeating him by chopping off his head after he knocks everything down. Probably the first person to do so because there's bones and stuff in there. And basically they like make a weird deal, but Jadis wants guns and something else, and they want it soon, and like all of her people are really tall and scary and wear black clothes, and they live in a junkyard, and like, I'm sorry, you can make a greenhouse out of junk. You don't have to eat rotten food. And then Rick steals Michonne a cat to replace the mosaic one she lost in. It's like a junkyard cat. I loved that. However, there was another funny line delivered by Aaron, because Rosita, you are being, excuse my language, a bitch. Oh my god, girl, you got to set priorities. Like, Tara was right. Rick is severely hurt. Aaron is hurt. Prompting Aaron to say one of the funniest lines of the night, which was, I'm okay, I'm more worried about what Eric will say when he sees me like this. That was hilarious. But like, Rosita, like, priorities, man. Priorities. You also need... Well, you got your food back for the town. But you... Priorities, bitch. Priorities. Priorities. And that's about it for that half. The other half involves Daryl and the kingdom. Basically, like, they're staying there, and Richard ends up giving Daryl a crossbow, and like, oh yeah, Morgan got his staff taken away from him from a stupid savior, but like Ben at least learned something, and like Ezekiel's all like, we will not have violence. Jared. Like, that's pretty much Ezekiel this whole episode. But Richard, after giving him the thing, goes to his trailer, and they're like making Molotov cocktails, brings Daryl back to behind the Smokey and the Bandit trailer. That is a trailer used in the movie Smokey and the Bandit, starring Burt Reynolds, made in 1977. Anyway, Daryl basically finds out that Carol is alive, even though Morgan told him she just left, or that is there, because Richard wants to have the saviors, after they get blown up, led back to Carol so that she can get killed, because he's jealous of Ezekiel, like mad at Ezekiel for not stepping up, and Daryl's like, if this happens to her, if lightning strikes her, I'm killing you. And I was like, yes. Side note. This is my side note. I do ship Carol and Daryl as brother and sister. They are my favorite characters in The Walking Dead. I compare them to Sirius and Remus from Harry Potter, who are my favorite characters in Harry Potter. They alternate as to which one's Lupin and which one's Sirius. But they have that bond. It's like a brother and sister. They have emotional ties. I love Melissa McBride and Norman Reedus on screen together. Okay, so anyway, back to regularly scheduled programming. So, Carol is in the house, and Ezekiel and a couple people, and Jared I will forever just say Jerry is Jerry. I love Jerry. He's awesome. You're awesome. Cooper, I forget your last name, the actor. You're awesome. And Jerry has like a cobbler, and like a couple minutes later, you hear it knock at the door, and it's Daryl, and it's like an emotional reunion, and they go to have dinner, and Daryl had already told Morgan he's going back to the hilltop in the morning. Ballsy move, man. Basically, he doesn't tell Carol about anybody that died, especially Abraham and Glenn, because he realizes she doesn't want to fight anymore, and he doesn't want her to lose her innocence, and he wants to protect her, because he's a cinnamon roll with her. I can't. An innocent little cinnamon roll. He basically pulled a Scorpius Malfoy. I can't. So, and then you find out he befriended the tiger. That was like an awesome scene. And then he ends up leaving for the hilltop at the end of the episode. In the daytime, when Negan is looking for you. Don't do that, Daryl. Don't. Like, I would... Even if, like, Judith escaped the Saviors. I know that's, like, a long shot, but you get what I'm saying. If Judith, random person number 5,000, escaped the Saviors, like, you do not go out in the daylight. So next week, this will be on during the Oscars, in my usual award show, Walking Dead, or Fear the Walking Dead, indoor running of the rooms. Literally, I will start watching the Oscars at 8:30. At 8:59, I will run from my room to the living room, watch The Walking Dead, and during commercials, I will run back and forth and be on Twitter to find out who won, what's going on, if The Walking Dead's back. Like, that's my life for an hour and I think 10 minutes this week. Because we have an extended episode? I don't know. I'm excited because it kind of goes back a little bit, because it has been a couple days since Daryl escaped, so it shows you what happens when Daryl escaped. Dwight, you in trouble. You in trouble, boy. I don't know who's going to get in the iron now, because you already have a Phantom of the Opera face because of the iron. Oh my god. I'm now wondering if it was Jesus or Shelley that let Daryl loose, because it obviously wasn't Dwight. From the coming attractions. And Negan brought Eugene back. Poor Eugene. Maybe he'll bite Dwight in the you-know-what again. Alright, so anyway, that's it for this week's recap. Please like and subscribe. Bye, guys.